Well, it's hard to believe that this 5 years has gone by so quickly. And as many know, they've had some 1,300 performances in 5 years. And we've reached a level of almost 3 million people have seen these performances and been really one of the highest booked performing centers in the United States. And as you know, we're going to celebrate the 5th anniversary this year. And we have a lot to celebrate about because there's been so many people who have contributed so much of their time and financial support to the center to make it happen.
Sometimes, quite frankly, I wonder if the community really understands the magnitude of their achievement here. The facility is world class, and they have been seeing internationally recognized artists and companies, many of them, for nearly 5 years now. From the Paris Opera Ballet to the Kirov to the New York City Ballet, from the Chicago to the Leningrad to the Philadelphia orchestras, Leontine Price, Leona Mitchell, Zubin Mehta, there was Ella Fitzgerald and Tommy Tune, Gypsy, Cabaret, Fiddler, coming up Jerome Robbins Broadway, Les Mis. The only other centers that give this kind of programming as a rule, and for example that would ever have the Grand Kabuki and the D'Oyly Carte, which was an exclusive presentation in the United States here, are the Kennedy Center in Washington, the Lincoln Center in New York, the LA Music Center, and San Francisco. But no other communities have such continuing access to this level of presentation and performance.
I personally believe that in the first 100 years of history of this county, and the center opened within that period, that there is no other public institution or private institution that better represents this community and its spirit.
When companies come to look at Segerstrom Hall, the first thing they want to do is see the stage. I mean, there's nothing like seeing the stage to assure the technical people that anything that they have can be done in our house. So they look up to the grid and they see that there's plenty of height, and they count the number of lines, and there's plenty of sets of lines, and they check the loading dock, and we have 4 loading doors, and it's very easy to unload the trucks. The next thing they look at is the dressing rooms. How many people can we bring and can you accommodate? And of course I always say, oh, how many do you have? It shouldn't be a problem. And whatever they tell me, I say, oh, well, we can handle 200 or more. So that ends that. And then I give them a fast tour around the building, and they love it.
Oh, I think it's a beautiful hall, The Segerstrom Hall, I really enjoy it since it was being built, at the beginning. I happened to be around this area, and I tried the acoustics when, it wasn't finished yet. I went on the stage, and since then I have had the occasion to visit the hall to corner by corner, and I think the facilities are tremendous, and I'm looking very, very much to perform here.
It's the most fantastic center. We're just about to do a dress rehearsal, and there's one thing that's going to be a bit complicated. That's for the dancers to find center, because the audience is asymmetrical, or the way it's organized, which is fabulous for viewing.
But this is quite special, and it's very unusual to have a building this size, an auditorium this size, that has the acoustic that this has.
You certainly couldn't have national and international attractions every night upon your stage. It's economically infeasible. At the same time, any center that's going to be a nationally ranked center must have a strong regional base and must also foster organizations that produce the arts as well as present exemplary companies from all around the world. And the other part is that this is the only center in this country at this point in time that has potential to be an internationally ranked center. But at this moment, we're still doing these things with one hall. And the regional groups need more performance time, more rehearsal time to grow. And I think that's the challenge for the 90s as we approach the 5th anniversary.
I believe that in our 5 years, this is our 5th anniversary, that we have become the 15th largest opera company in the country. And there are over 100 companies in the United States. Well, that is a phenomenal growth.
The caliber of the orchestras could not be higher than the orchestras that we draw to Orange County. And to the Orange County audiences, the value that is so wonderful. I personally cannot believe that I don't have to drive to Los Angeles to be involved with these wonderful, wonderful concerts.
I think the Pacific Symphony Orchestra is committed, its board, its players, and its management, and certainly I am committed to bringing the Pacific Symphony Orchestra into a national renowned quality. This is a wonderful window of time that we're now looking into in Orange County. We have a chance to lay groundwork for something very exciting and very, very unique as we approach the 21st century.
Well, there's been an ongoing study for the last 2 years to determine exactly what the demands are, what the current use of the center is, and as well as South Coast Repertory, to find out if there is a market, just like you would if you were going into any kind of business, for an expansion. And we can see over the next few years that there is a demand for a new center, but at the same time, being trustees for the center, we have to do this in a very slow and careful manner so that we have the financial support to make it successful.
The question gets to be at a time like this, though, what comes next? Birthdays, you look backwards, but you also should look forward. And I wonder if this home is going to stand alone, or whether it's going to be at the center of a complex where we can bring in a wide variety of performing arts, where seating capacities are set uniquely for them, where our regional groups that are growing so well will have a chance to grow in stature on their own right. Right now, just happy birthday, Center, and many happy returns.
Continuing to expand our outreach into the community is essential to building the center's future, both in terms of future facilities and expansion of programming. And the way we're doing that, I think, is with an emphasis on education.
Well, we're continuing to strive to broaden our base through community outreach. And we currently have docent tours, and there's our Founders Plus, continue to dispense unsold tickets throughout the community to the underserved. They also participate in an informants program, both in support of and facilitating the performers. And these go into all areas of the community. Most anywhere there's an audience, we can take in informants. We have a Center on Tour program, and this is strictly dance programs that are taken into the schools. And it touches the elementary students, and it teaches them the joy of dance. A Stage 1 program is a center-sponsored program. It allows school children to come into the center and see the various arts performed by the troupes that are center-sponsored. The Orange County Philharmonic Society has a wonderful educational outreach program, and they bus in thousands of students during the school year to the center for live performances. The Education Committee is very busy this year. They not only are working on the Stage 1 program, but they're very involved in Imagination Celebration.
Imagination Celebration is an idea that came from the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. It's a week-long festival that culminates a year-long study of the arts in the schools, and it's carried on by a partnership between the Orange County Center for the Performing Arts and the Orange County Department of Education. Last year, approximately 130,000 people were involved in one way or another with Imagination Celebration. This year, we expect that there might be more than that. Close to 200,000 is our estimate, because it's getting bigger and better every year. We believe that everyone should have a creative opportunity to stretch their imagination, and we're doing our darndest to provide that opportunity.
Probably the most important thing for the future is we need now to reach out to the entire county, both geographically, but the cross-sections of all of the various levels and publics that the center should serve.
At this 5th anniversary celebration time, it's especially important that we recognize all the important work that the 6 support groups have done over the years. We have the Guilds, the Angels, the Center 500, Center Stars, the Fraternity, and the Dance Alliance. Each member has really played a vital role in the success of the center and will continue to play a very important part in the continuing success of the Performing Arts Center.
We saw the 5th anniversary as a unique opportunity to do a number of things. One, we wanted to have a celebration, both of what has happened and also celebrate the vision of the future. Secondly, we wanted to reach out to the community in a way that would make them feel a part of this.
It's going to be over a week long, with the Guilds kicking off the week with their fashion show, and it will end with a great big birthday party.
What has really been the key to the extraordinary success of the center, which has been exceptionally swift, has been the commitment and stamina of the support from the community and its volunteers and the support groups. They have been responsible for achieving in less than 5 years what has taken other centers 10 to 15.
And I take my hat off to all of those people who work so diligently to make this thing the great success it is.